We have reached the finale. Solveig. Just a continuation of Ashes, basically. Kind of sounds like Disney a little bit. This would be a song you would listen to on the credits of a movie. This is what it sounds like. This is so cool. Very cinematic approach on this sound. I'm loving it. And it does sound like a credits. It will be on the credits of a movie, so it makes sense because it's the last song. Is that the idea they were getting behind? Super cool. Again, this is not limited. It's loud as fuck. Very loud. Okay, they're going into... So yeah, the first part was Ashes, basically, in a cinematic credit ending movie. Now they're getting into the paradox sound. This is awesome. This will definitely be an album I'll listen to again. I will tell you that. This is Serenity right here, I believe. Sounds like Serenity. That's Paradox. I don't know what this one is. Sounds familiar. Is this the Siren? The beginning song? Oh, that harp sounds beautiful. And the drums in the background, the drums that you would hear in like a movie, like a Fantasia movie. Awesome. My mom would love this album. My mom would love this album. I'm definitely sending this to my mother. She loves orchestra. And she loves symphonies. And my grandfather was actually, he played piano and he was in the choir. He passed away in 2015. So 2 years before this album came out, he would have loved this album as well. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful album. I had no clue that it was going to sound like this, man. No fucking clue. Now I'm looking at the album cover of Emerald Seas, and it's very Lovecraft influenced. That will be my next album review for Spires. It's coming in... Wait, it is July. I'm fucking stupid. Sorry, I'm so sorry, guys. It is fucking July. I thought it was still June. Anyways, yeah, man. The next one's gonna be... next one's gonna be 7C. Emerald Seas. It's very Lovecraft influenced, though. Just looking at the album art. Really cool. Really, really, really nice surprise, dude. And I had no clue that this is gonna sound like power metal. Like... I thought it was gonna be black metal. No, yeah. No, you had it right. July, August, and then September. So September's gonna be God is the Debauchery then. Okay, cool. Yeah, man, I'm fucking stupid. It's late, so it's like 10:30. That's late for me. All right, let's get into it, man. Overall, dude, this album is fucking amazing. This album is fucking amazing. I love this album, dude. Probably one of the best I've done this year. I just gotta throw it out there. There's only 2 songs I didn't really care for, and mainly because of the limiting that was I had to switch my volume on OBS just because of 2 songs. You know, it's kind of annoying, but at the same time, the limiting on the siren. Really kind of a game changer for me, man. If it wasn't for this album sounding amazing, like besides that, I probably would have gave it a pretty bad review just because of the limiter on the first song. Hey man, have a great evening as well. Thanks for watching, Skull. But anyways, yeah. The limiting on the first song and depths really didn't pull me in. But at the same time, great fucking album. There's not really too many complaints about this album. Like I said, just the limiting and that one song, Depths. It's not really going to hurt you on the rating, to be honest. The limiting, I'm really just going to let it pass, you know. Obviously, the mix engineer didn't know what they were doing on the first song. But yeah. What was I going to get at? So anyways, yeah, like that, you have to understand, as a producer, I am a producer. As a producer, you have tons and tons and tons of tracks that you have to balance. You have to balance the volumes, and not only do you have to do it in stereo, you have to do it in mono, and you have to go in your car several times and listen to the mix. Well, that's if you don't have Sonarworks. Sonarworks is fucking amazing. It's a game changer for producers. If you don't have Sonarworks and good closed back headphones, you are really missing out on a great mixing technique that I use for Reaper whenever I mix. I don't mix with monitors. I have 0 monitors. I mix with headphones. I don't know why I'm still talking over here. Sorry. I'm going to come over here. Anyways, yeah. As a mix engineer and a master engineer and just a musician, period, I'm very, very skilled at teaching myself, I guess you could say. I do all volumes, turn down, you know, I do mono, I do stereo. I'm learning as I go, you know. I'm learning big time as I go. But let's get into it, you know. What are my top 3 on the album? My top 3 on the album, number 1 is still The Paradox. The Paradox is still my favorite song, mainly because I love how it reminds me of Progenies of the Great Apocalypse by Dimmu Borgir, and then, but at the same time, it's a completely different scale, it's a completely different tuning, and yeah, it still reminds me of it. I don't know how they did that. That was freaking sick how they did that. Love that. Number 2 is going to Choices. I love Choices. What a great fucking song, man. That song is the one that pulled me in. And finally, number 3, Burn. I love Burn because of very progressive elements into melodic death metal, straight into just folk and symphonic right there with a nice bass groove over it. And then they completely changed the bass EQ to go back into the death metal. I love it, man. Mix engineer, super great job on this album. I'm very impressed with this. Album MVP. Album MVPs, we have 2 of them. Number 1 is definitely Adrienne Cowan. She is fucking amazing at singing. Holy shit, man. I had no clue that she had that in her, like, ever. Like, I never would have pictured her to go into a, 16-second scream in that one track. Was it Burn? It was Burn, dude. Holy shit, dude. Amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to vocals, and I'm giving the next MVP to the bassist, Peter De Lena. Freaking awesome work on the bass, man. I love the bass. I love how the sound, you can hear the sound of the bass in there, and just really just everything just comes together. I love this album. It's great. Influences are obviously Epica is definitely number 1 influence. Dimmu Borgir is also another influence on this album. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw these 3 in though that I heard from the sounds of it. Arch Enemy is definitely an influence on her vocal style. Unsun, she sounds a lot like Anna Stefanovic, which is from basically Unsun or Unseen is what their last name was before they changed it to Unsun. Very melodic death metal band, very old as well. If you haven't heard Unsun, please go listen to them. And finally, we have Sonic Syndicate. That's right, man. I'm gonna throw an industrial band as an influence, mainly because of the guitars and the composition of the guitars themselves. Speaking of guitars, we're gonna get into genres. The genre of Solveig is neoclassical, folk, melodic, symphonic, and finally power metal. Those are definitely my 5 genres for this album. If you have not picked this album up yet, I definitely would recommend you to pick up this album. I'm probably gonna buy this album. It's great fucking piece of work of art. Love it. Very interesting story. I wish I looked at lyrics still, but unfortunately, with my acid reflux and basically talking too much, I can't because it really hurts my throat. Really, I have to save it for singing, for my covers and everything, and for my album. But yeah, really appreciate you guys for watching. The rating for Solveig is a fantastic 9.65 out of 10. Why am I giving it a 6.5? So basically, I would give it a 7.5, but that little bit of limiting really cuts you down. And also depths kind of put me to sleep. So that's one song that really put me to sleep. Every other song is a banger on this album. Great songs, great story, great composition, everything. Mixing, great. It's just all of it is amazing. I love this album. I can't wait to get to the next one. I can't wait for you guys to join me. The next album review will be we'll be taking a look at is going to be Apate Rage. And we'll see you guys there. But stick around, because we still have one track to check out. And that's El Veti. But I appreciate you guys for watching. Peace.